Hello all, I am Jagdish, STEM and AI educator. So this lecture of my series of prompt engineering video is about the Markdown, and this is basically a theory, but you should have a very good grasp on the theory to understand the practical. And after this there is a follow-up video about the practical also, but I request you to please go through the theory. For understanding the Markdown prompting, you have to be very good in Markdowns, which is super simple and super easy to understand. So I request you to watch this video till end. So you have to understand the Markdown for understanding Markdown prompting, and it's the must do course for the prompt aspiring prompt engineer and the people who are using ChatGPT or any other LLM like Gemini, Claude in their day-to-day life. So with the help of a Markdown and Markdown prompting, you would be able to extract what exactly you want from the ChatGPT or other LLMs, because it's full of full of many parameters and many information. And with the help of the good prompt, you would be able to extract what exactly do you want. Otherwise you won't get a proper response, and it's very easy, super simple, and only few symbols to remember. So the question comes, what exactly is Markdown? So Markdown is nothing but it's a special language which which does the cosmetics with the text, and it makes it more presentable and more understandable. Because AI or AI tools like LLMs are just a brain like us, but it's an artificial brain, as if you are teaching a human being who doesn't know you. So Markdown is all about special syntax. It's very easy to learn. It's consists of this kind of symbols like hash, the asterisks. We will see one by one, and there is a practical also. For the quotes, you have to use the greater than arrow. For the quotes, you have to use the special things like a backticks. For the web link, you have to use the double bracket, and like this you have to use a lot of this thing. And one more thing, uh, you can use use any web editor to run this and to practice it. And one more important thing, you can download this course for free. I in all my YouTube videos, for the help of the people, for the help to spread the education, I keep all these slides, PPTs, exactly in the PDF form, so that you would be able to grasp it more and can teach yourself and can teach others and can share with others. So please feel free to download this. So what is Markdown? Markdown is this can be asked in the interview, but not a big thing. It's not a programming language. It's a lightweight markup language. It's a markup language used to format text without using HTML or CSS. CSS stands for cascading style sheets. So you can't do much, but you can do many things with with Markdown. It helps to write the clean structure readable using simple symbols like these hash, asterisks, and hyphen, one, two, and greater than. So we'll see one by one, don't worry. So the question comes, why to learn this Markdown? Why? It helps you to create a professional looking documents. I mean, it gives a good touch to your documents, as if when you make a CV, you don't make in everything like a story in a paragraph. The same way we use Markdown, like headings, like list, like quotes, so that our presentation looks better, our paper looks better, our content looks better. In the same way, you have to understand Markdown, and the same way you have to present this question or your content in the front of a LLM or a AI model like ChatGPT, Gemini. So it helps to notes, blogs, readme, and extract better output from LLM. Our agenda is to extract better output from LLM, with the help of Markdown. Markdown works on any, it's very flexible, it's portable and universal as it written. So it works with any web app or web editor. There are many for this. Now the another question arises, why we need Markdown for good prompt. So first of all, you should always know that the LLM is not a magic. ChatGPT is not a magic. Gemini is not a magic. Claude is not a magic. DeepSeek is not a magic happening. It's all about maths and the training. They have been trained on the special internet data, hell lot of data, like a millions and billions of parameters. So LLM are largely trained on data or a parameter from web and internet. So LLM are largely trained on internet data. Why LLM loves Markdown? Okay, LLM understand markup queues very well because either they are in Java or HTML or any other language which is based on the special symbols. LLM improves comprehension and context. We will look at the Markdown. So it improves the comprehension and context as we speak with the ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity. And LLMs, for example, suppose we use hash and a heading. So LLM will understand that, oh, it's a heading of a new section or starting. So if you see this one, as I will share it, you can read it. Major LLMs in the market were trained on the internet data, including GitHub, Redis, Docs, Blogs, Wikipedia, and many more. So LLM can understand markdown queues very well. So basically, they understand very well about the language of the Markdown. So moreover, when you wrote some prompt and when you give some input to the chat GPT, it exactly behave like a mirror. Like, whatever, if you reflect a light on a mirror, it will come back on your face. Same way, studies have found that structure prompt leads to structure output. If you will give a structure prompt, you will get a structure output. Models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, DeepSeek works as a mirror. So keep in mind, it's work as a mirror or as an echo. So try to give the prompt very clear, very subtle, very specific. Don't give vague prompts like what is Newton law. So this is just a vague prompt. Newton law can be a very vague. What is Python? Something like this. It's a vague prompt. Like how rains happens. Like what is French Revolution? French Revolution can be explained in like 1,000 words also or 1,000 books also. So it's a vague prompt. So we'll learn how to do it. So Markdown is everywhere. See, everywhere. Markdown is almost everywhere. GitHub, ChatGPT, Notion, Obsidian, Stack Overflow. We'll see more detail in this. Please subscribe my channel if you like the content. Markdown is everywhere. Let's see ChatGPT. Those people, those developers, those coders who use ChatGPT and those who Jupyter for writing their codes use README. There is always a README file in the repository of the GitHub. So that uses the Markdown language. Yeah, ChatGPT prompts, and in ChatGPT prompts or other LLMs, people are started using this. Used to format structure prompts with headings, lists, tools, italics, etc. We'll see how. Notion is a very good website. Now it's coming with the integrated AI also, used to create a beautiful study notes, to-do list, and journals and formatting, etc. And Stack Overflow is mostly used by the developers. So, but our agenda is to understand this one, ChatGPT prompt. All right. So our agenda is to know this one, ChatGPT prompts, or in other LLMs, like how to write a prompt with the help of a markup language. Markup or Markdown language is the same thing. So The first one is typical syntax. The first one is heading. So heading is like as soon as you put hash in front of your sentence or your topic, it will put in the headings. And with these kind of, as more and more hash will increase, the heading will reduce, the size of the font will reduce. So this can be used as a main heading, and these hashes can be used as a subheadings depending upon your creativity. Subheading this way. And the second one is quotes. Suppose you are putting some paragraph and you want to give the quotes like education is the most powerful weapon, or in the middle of the difficulties lies an opportunity by Albert Einstein. So you can put this gradient sign in front of your quote. This all you can do it on the page of the ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity, so that LLM can understand better. So third markdown syntax is list. Oh, sorry, bold and italics. So if suppose you want to highlight something and you want to make a stress on the particular sentence, for that for the bold text you have to use two asterisks or two stars in the front and in the end of the your sentence. Okay, same with the italic. If you want an italic like a tilted one, so you have to use the single asterisk. Don't worry, there is a full practical demo recorded by me. Please go through it after this small theory video, because those who are jumping directly on the practical, I'm telling them to watch the theory part, and those who are on theory part, please watch the practical part. So it's a vice versa, because Markdown is not a very complex thing. You can watch it, but I request you to do watch it, because some of the questions can be asked in the interviews for the young engineers and the people for the Markdown. In the interview, sometimes interviewer ask a very basic question. So the fourth one is list. As we list our content, this is also important. So there are only two kinds of list. One is hyphen. You can put hyphen or 1 2 3. Keep in mind it doesn't accept ABC or Roman numbers. If you are on ChatGPT putting a prompt, something you want to write it in a list, you can make it understand a model about that. These are a list of the items, please explain. Or these are the, suppose you want to write a list like explain machine learning, explain AI, explain deep learning, explain data science in 2 lines. So you list either 1 2 3 or either hyphen. Don't use ABC or Roman letters, it doesn't understand that. So the fifth one is, this is my favorite, the links and images. Basically links can be a web link or image link or your local drive link. I mean, you can use your computer local link like C backslash whatever documents and all that. So for this you have to use a double brackets like this, and you have to write your link name YouTube and like this, and in the bracket, in the circular bracket, you have to write your you have to put your link. So this is a syntax. And suppose you want to suppose this is an image somewhere. This detailed video is available in my practical video. So you have to put the exclamation mark here, sorry, exclamation mark here. So if you will put the exclamation mark, the image will be visible instead of a written text. All right. And oh yes, there is an example I thought I did not mention. So for image you have to put an exclamation mark. So this is an example, or this is a link of an image. And one more thing, that markdown file is ending with the MD extensions. Like we have a .doc extension, .xls, .pdf, the same way, .py for Python, the same way. The Markdown language or the Markdown files end with a .md. So this is for the images. And the seventh one is about the codes. Suppose you are putting a code snippet. Suppose you are putting some code snippet and you want LLM that give me a correct version of this code and tell me what is the error in Python. So you have to use the backtick. The backtick is just in above the tab of the QWERTY keyboard. QWERTY is an English keyboard. I don't know about other language keyboards. So there is a tab, and on front there is a backtick and tilt. Two symbols are there. So in the on top of the tab. So the eighth one is the columns or tables. Tables consist of rows and columns. So for columns, this is very interesting. You just watch my demo video, you will understand. For columns, if you want to write something in columns like this, suppose this is column 1, this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3, and you want to write content here. So you have to follow this kind of a syntax, like this with the pipes. These are called the pipes. The vertical symbol, which is available just above the return key of the QWERTY keyboard. So there is a pipe. You have to use pipe extensively. And if you want to make a break in the page, suppose pasta and Italia in the next line, you have to put the this sign BR, break, with a greater than and less than sign. And for central alignment, if you see, you have to use the colon. Please go through my practical video, you will understand better. So the last one is superscript and subscript, which is very uncommon in the Markdown language. Not many people are using it. So suppose you want to write 2 raised to power 6 or 7 raised to power 2. So you have to use, you can see the symbol, you have to use 2, the arrow above, 6 arrow above. Same way, 7 arrow above, 2 arrow above. You have to put in the end also. So this way you would be able to write the like this on the page. Same way, sometimes in ChatGPT also you won't be able to write CO2, but ChatGPT or Geminis are very smart, they understand. Suppose you want to write CO2, like CO2, the way we write, and H2O, like the water formula. So for that you have to use this tilt symbol, which is above the, this is the picture from my snippet from my keyboard. So this is a tilt symbol, you have to use the tilt symbol. All right, so it's very easy to understand the Markdowns, and these are a few 7-8. And for practicing, please use these two sites which are free to use and no login required in these. You don't have to put your email, you just log in this and start working, start practicing. It will hardly take your 5 minutes to 10 minutes to understand, 10 minutes to understand, max 10 to 15 minutes to understand the Markdown. And stackedit.io, I have made a practical video with stackedit.io. Please watch that, and in case of any queries, and please watch my the practical video and the practical demonstration and the video about the markdown prompting, which is the agenda of this lecture. My agenda is so that you would be able to understand the Markdown, and later on you have to jump on the Markdown prompting, because this channel is based on the playlist is designed for the prompt engineering course. So thank you, bye bye, and have a nice day. So, and please avoid the 5 minutes courses which are worthless. I would say you are wasting your 5 to 10 minutes also by watching these 5 minutes videos.